time management. Time is ticking, and it's going very quickly. And the saying goes, the older we get, do you know that saying? The faster. We don't get faster, but time goes faster. Who here has been involved in management courses? Hands up. 4, 5. Have you been involved in courses on time management? 1. Anyone else? 2, 3, 4. What did you learn?
What did I learn? I learned that time management is actually not managing time.
Explain yourself.
Do you want me to do it right now, or do you want to ask others before I say it?
No, I'll ask you first.
So time management, what I learned in the BMA course, is actually managing the behaviors of the people around you and of yourself.
What's more important, your behavior or behavior around people?
More important is your own behavior.
Good, excellent, right. What did you learn from time management course?
Yeah, I think it's, what I remember about that is being able to document how you spend your day and the things that you do.
Yes.
And being able to knock out things
Yes.
that are unproductive or affect the reason why you are at work.
Yes. Yes. So it's you again.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing I learned was prioritization of your tasks.
Yes. Yes.
Which
So
needs to be done immediately, which can be just put into the shelf, done
yes.
later. I think that's what very important.
Yes. And Professor?
Same as.
Same thing. So it's what I do these courses for a lot of doctors and a lot of CEOs and managers, and it does boil down to you. It doesn't boil down to the clock. It doesn't boil down to anything to do with time. It's all about the self. It's all about you. It's all about self-management. And currently, right now, everyone's into self-development. I don't know if you've noticed that, you know, in social media and business and education, and even children at a young age, they've started doing meditation classes, which is great, you know, it's about self-management. Because why is there so much more about the self now? Because of the mobile. Because of this. Because of that. Because of this. Everyone's trying to grab your attention. Everyone's trying to grab a part of you. And what I tell my clients and what I tell my people that I do workshops on is it's not time. It's actually energy. It's all about energy. What gives you energy and what takes energy away. Okay, it's all about, you are a battery. You know, we are like the Matrix here. They've plugged us in. Is it draining you or is it recharging you? What drains you, my dear?
Overworked and overbooked clinics.
Overworked. Hands up, who agrees with her? Just one. Oh, you're underworked here, are you? 2. No volunteers. So you're all underworked here. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, overworked and underpaid.
Overworked and underpaid. Is that going to drain you guys? I can't hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
Right. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So it's about draining and it's about recharging. What recharges you?
Gardening.
Gardening
And traveling.
and traveling. Good. Do you do enough of that? Enough for you to get through the day?
Not through the day, through the week.
Through the week, okay. So it's like you drain, 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 and then recharge. Okay. Yes. Is that sustainable?
At the moment.
At the moment, yes, at the moment. So it's about energy levels here. It's not about time. It's all about energy levels. And you need to have a system. She's got a system. Anyone else wants to tell us about what drains them? Any hands? There, yes, sir. Yes. No, no, not you, sir. You. I don't want to hear a word from you ever. I've got my eye on you. I'm going to sort you out after the lunch. Actually, I've got a special surprise for you. Yes, sir.
What drives me is paperwork. I'm a clinician. I'm a surgeon, and so much time we spend on paperwork these days. It's unbelievable. For a simple complaint about somebody else, you have to answer, and you spend hours on it, and you have to go to meetings. It's all a waste of time.
Paperwork. Now, I used to be an SAS doctor within the system, 2006 to 2010, and the reason why I left the job is because of the paperwork.
Can I leave my...
Of course you can. Of course you can do, you know. Oh, long list. I'm not going to bore you. Check my website out. So that drains you, the paperwork. The paperwork drains you. What recharges you?
Compliments.
Compliments.
Praises.
Male, female compliments, or it's like because there's like different types of compliments. There's Valentine cards, which, mate, I'd love to have a Valentine's card. You know, it's like recharges me. But apparently the GMC said we can't have a Valentine's card.
You can have from your wife, surely.
Wife. My cameraman's watching, but he won't tell his mum, you know. So compliments, yeah. So, you know, even something simple like compliments.
Recognition from your...
So recognition from your peer group, from your colleagues.
Appreciation from your seniors as well.
You see, these are really simple concepts that I don't know whether management know about it or they're like too busy to know about it. They all know about it, but it's kind of swept underneath the carpet. But who's to blame?
Us. Why are you dependent on people for recharging yourself?
Who's to blame? You're to blame. You are a combination of your choices. Now you can sit here and make excuses and come up with all kinds of da-da-da-da-da-da. It's your life, it's your choice. You need to work at it. So I've got this kind of mnemonic which I always talk about, and it's called O stop. It's about stopping. It's about doing less. Less of what drains you and more of what regains you and recharges you. So the O in O stop, just stop, is outsource. How can you outsource your work? How can you outsource your paperwork? How can you outsource all those clinics and all those patients, and you've got all these lists to go through? You've got to sit down and communicate with the management. You've got to sit down and communicate with senior management. Because what I'm trying to say here, guys, you know, these people depend on you. These people are desperate for you. These people are desperate for your expertise. These people are desperate for your energy. These people are just, we need you. They bloody need you. The NHS bloody needs you desperately. But they keep... they keep sucking you dead. Okay? Not a word, huh? Zip it. Bloody hell. So you need to find ways of outsourcing your work. Now, I run a business, I've got a family, I've got a son. I try and outsource my son work, you know. I try and outsource my wife work, you know, all that kind of stuff. You've got to find ways, you've got to be clever about outsourcing your work. What is it that's draining you? You've got to find ways of outsourcing. I love the iPad. I just give it to my daughters. That's it, you know. When I have the energy, when I have the time, when I have the ability to have the presence to sit down with my daughter and give her my wisdom and my knowledge and my experience, I'll be there for them. Okay? You need to think, you know, you need to think about how can I outsource the things that are draining me. Any ideas about what's draining you and how you can outsource? Any volunteers? I won't bite. Come on, guys.
I get drained traveling.
You get drained traveling, right.
To work.
To work. Sayyid Kabir, yeah, full of drain. They're all drained here. I guess
nearby.
by a house. You see, so yeah, let's work with this. Let's work with this, guys. So she's drained. How much do you travel?
It's only 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
10:25. So sometimes it takes me 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours. Sometimes it takes you 2 hours. Is there a particular time when it becomes 2 hours? Is there a particular kind of?
I leave early so that I can be early, but
Yeah.
with the road work, still I reach on time. So if I left at my normal time, I would be late to work every day.
So you come in really early.
Yeah.
You come in. What time are you finishing, guys? No, like what?
You can go up to 12:50.
No. Today's day.
No, next week's program. So he's not switched on, is he? Anyway.
4:30.
No, as in like when do I finish my talk?
Oh yeah, that's 12:50.
12:50.
10 to 1, yeah, another 20 minutes more.
But I get another extra 10 minutes, don't I? Because that lady she's gone, isn't
We will
she?
have less time for lunch, that's all.
Who wants lunch? Who wants lunch? It drains you. Lunch drains you here. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. So this lady has this. So do you think you can outsource that? What are you thinking here? You got to think on your feet here.
What I've started doing is,
Listen, guys.
when I'm on the road, I make all my phone calls. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So all my social calling my mom, calling my family. So that's what I do.
That's illegal now.
No.
So it's like recharging you.
Yes.
You know, you're doing your social thing, you're doing your motherly thing, you're doing your daughter thing, you're doing your grandmother. I mean, I'm not saying. You know.
How many accidents you have?
Bluetooth, so it's not
She's got Bluetooth. She's legal.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing. You know, just being conscious of that, just being aware that actually you're doing two things at the same time. Just as mentioning this concept now, you're thinking, actually, it's not draining. I'm actually doing something at the same time. So the next time you'll be driving, you're like, oh, I'm not going to work. Oh, I'm doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. Okay? Another thing that I do when I'm in the car is I listen to podcasts. You know? I don't listen to the radio, I don't listen to anything like that. Listen to podcasts. What else can you do? I can't mention what else I can do in the car because Hassan's watching. Yes. So, you know, you can sort of do different things. So outsourcing is really important. Anyone else wants to volunteer what's training them and how we can work out how they can outsource? Parking. Yes, parking. Parking's always an issue in the hospital. Well, you know.
If you come later than 8 o'clock, there's usually before 8 o'clock to get a parking space. If you come later than that,
Do you know what I do?
Yeah.
I got a motorbike. Just get on a motorbike and I can park it anywhere.
Drive in Essex, you're in trouble. Motorbike.
You won't be here today.
You see, it's like give them a solution. Anyway, so always outsource. You need to think about outsourcing what's draining you, because we're talking about energy here at the end of the day, guys. We're not talking about time, we're talking about energy. The S is what I call a success ritual. Now, all of these successful people in life, if you look at their histories, they always have a kind of a ritual that they go through, whether it's a professional athlete, whether it's a diplomat, whether it's a famous surgeon, politician. If you read their biographies, they all have rituals that they start the day off with. You know, they start the day on a success. So they've got up, they've done their ritual, which they know will energize them. So they're ready for the draining day, you know. I've got a particular ritual. I wake up at 5, I do this and that, go to the gym, do my videos, do my social media, see my son, wifey, daughter. I know what I'm going to do. And I have in my mind what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. And I do that every day. Monday to Sunday, every day. Because I know that works for me. I know what my ritual is, and I stick to it like glue. Okay, I call it a success ritual because all of you guys are successes. You know, you guys are not sitting here because you're sitting here because you're a success. You know? Success, anyone has a particular ritual which energizes them? Shall I start pointing or is someone going to raise their hand? Oh, fucking hell. And then anyone wants to shut him up? Raise your hand.
What do you have
And-
against him, by the way?
What I have against him? I love him. Let me kiss him. Yeah. Yeah, let's hug. Man hug, man hug. Yeah, we'll take a picture. Yeah, yeah. You'll take a picture of me, mate. So anyone wants to volunteer on?
Pay.
I've heard from you. Anyone else? Yes, my lady. What's your ritual in the morning that sort of gets you energized and going and
Praying.
praying? Okay, so that's an interesting concept because praying is not about you. It's about other people. It's about society. It's about a purpose. It's about something that's bigger than you, bigger than your work. I'll come to you. So she has this ritual. This is what energizes her. This is what starts her off on a bright note, on an energetic note. I love the gym. I'm addicted to the gym. You know, it's like my disease. I just go in the gym and I watch a lot of stuff, you know. Yeah, that's what energizes me. That's what energizes you. Anyone else, guys? Yes, sir?
Hot cup of tea.
Hot cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah, hot cup of tea. Some people use green tea, some people use all this sort of fancy stuff. And if you've got money, you go into organic and then you start producing your own supplements. I got my own supplements coming out soon anyway. Yes, sir?
I think regular meditation is a very strong way of
Yes. Regular meditation. And you know, regular meditation is the same thing. It's just being present and being grateful and being happy that you're alive. We're very fortunate because we see a lot of people with really severe conditions. And when I'm treating my patients, I'm like, bloody hell, you know, I've got vision, you know, I don't have cancer. My family are okay. That's really powerful. Gratitude is such an important thing to have within your repertoire of characteristics as a doctor, and that comes through regular meditation, just being grateful for what you have. Okay, so any other interjections,
Listening
guys?
to motivational songs.
Excellent. Yeah. So music is another thing. The thing with music is that it depends on what the lyrics is about, and it depends on the beat, and so you can get yourself into a really you can choose. Yeah, you can choose. Choice again. You see, choice. You can choose the music. You know, if you feel down, you just had a breakup. You think about. I listen to Justin Bieber. You know, it's good when you're going through a breakup. Justin Bieber. No. Yeah, I like Justin Bieber. I think he's cool. Justin Bieber, yeah. That's for you. That's for you, brother. So it's important, but it's good to have this written down. I know it's finding that where it's written down and then it's not written down, and I don't write things down, like. Because I feel that's too restricting and it prevents you from developing further as a person. So I used to write my ritual down. So this was like 2 years ago. I used to sit down and write it down. 5 o'clock I do this, 5:10 I do this, 5:15 I do this, 5:30, you know, and it was fine. But then once you get into that habit, it becomes automatic and it's habitual. And we are creatures of habit at the end of the day. We are creatures of habit. So music is very important, and actually, you know, sometimes in between patients, I put music on, you know, because I know that's gonna you know, sometimes some patients really drain you, because the higher your level of energy, the more efficient you become, and that's the way it goes. And they're just used to draining us all the time because we keep saying yes. Success ritual, and you know, if you look at biographies of really influential human beings in history, they are such boring individuals. If you look at their schedule and if you look at their diaries, it's like the same thing over and over and over and over again, because they get the work done. That's why they love you guys, because you get the work done, you know.